Hello world. So guess what? That's right, I'm back. Let me just check something first. I'm trying to make sure that my microphone is working on these headphones, because I think the noise cancellation battery is dying, and I just don't want to get cut off in the middle of work. So you must be wondering, why don't I use just a built-in microphone in my computer? And the reason is, as I'm in an empty room. It's my home office, but there's literally just desk with computer and some mess there. And there's terrible echo in this room. So if I use this mic right here, there would be terrible echo. People hate it when I do it on Skype. So that's why I'm using these. Whoa, I'm not sure if noise cancellation is working right now. Let me try something. I'm gonna turn them off. Does it still work? Yeah, okay, so it seems like it still works when I turn off noise cancellation. So the microphone is fine. I'll turn it on for now. Okay, that was just a unneeded intro. Let me get some music here. Math movies. This is a playlist from my friend Larry Karnowski, which has the best playlist on Spotify, period. So I'll be listening to this just really slightly. Okay, let's get to work. Let's get my focus list going and let's pick a task for today. So this is some old stuff, and let's get my pivotal tracker. This the task management software I'm using now. It's like a big deal software for agile teams, but I'm using some kind of free version just to manage my Tomato 2 project. Okay. Change durations and preferences. This is something I already started working on. So I'm going to be working on preferences today. Changing duration from preferences window. And after I'm done with this, so probably not today because it's like 9:30 now. But after this, I'm going to work on show break timer always on top if the break is running and I'm not using the app. The reason why I want this feature is that, I just want to remind people that they have a clock running for their break, and if they don't use automatic sessions, then it can happen that you just get stuck on Facebook and somehow your break is 15 minutes. And I want to avoid that. That's why I want to show them this small break timer window. But we'll probably get to that tomorrow, but today I can finish up my preferences. So let me get to Xcode here. Oh, this very small font, I can't see this right now. Also, it's nighttime here, so I gotta switch to night mode. Just like that, isn't that pretty? And I got a new wallpaper here, so that works perfectly with my night mode. Okay, let me go back here to Pomodoro, start a Pomodoro, and let's see where we left off with preferences. I'm going to build it now. Okay, preferences, give me preferences. Okay, so this is what I have so far. And so currently these values will be, I think they will be bound directly to your preferences. So let me just try changing these, quitting, starting again. Let's see if they're not saved right now. So that's kind of good. Okay, there are state variables from these preferences and they are being initialized from user defaults. What I want to do now is, I want to do like a classic preferences window. So I want to add like a save button to save your preferences, which on a second thought doesn't really make sense in an app like that, because if I go to something like Safari, there's no such button. You just go and you change your preferences. So maybe not do that. Maybe let them change them directly. Anyway, so what I was thinking I could do here, I can either bind these settings directly to my state, but I don't want to do that because these are integers here, and my preferences would be strings, and some conversion needs to happen, and currently I'm doing the conversion here. So maybe I'm going to try something like this, on disappear, exactly. And when we disappear, let me make sure this works. General preferences, disappearing. close that window. It's never called for some reason. Very interesting. So if I do that, nothing. What? It's disappearing. No, that's appearing. It's not disappearing. It's so strange. Okay, that's definitely not working. Let me just see what other on handlers there are. On. Nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. So that kind of stinks. Let's just do a button for now. No, that's kind of lame. I don't want to do a button. Great, I just started my tomato and I'm already stuck not having a clear decision going here. But this is what this is, you know. You're just seeing me working, like just struggling with problems late when I really just should be sleeping or watching TV. So let me figure this out. Here, when it appears, I convert from my settings and I set my state variables. Okay, that's fine. So I guess what I could do is I could go to my settings state and I could have like a wrapper function, like second set of variables that would be converted to strings for use in my settings UI. But it doesn't really belong in the model layer. That should be done somewhere here. I'm really disappointed this on disappear just doesn't work, because I was kind of relying on that disappearing. Let me try. Let me just put a print here. Appear, disappear. I know I misspelled that. I don't care. Appear works. Closing the window. Oh, no, that makes sense. None of this makes sense. Okay. Okay, let's use a button for now. No, button is stupid. Let's do something. Let's get unstuck. Let's go to settings state and let's make some sections here. And okay, so let's do var Pomodoro duration satura string, and let's do get. Hey, hold on a second here. Okay, let's do get, and that will be just, you know, a string containing Pomodoro duration. Yep. So let's go. Nope. Let's open a split window with my general preferences tab, and I need to get rid of this. So here, Pomodoro duration satura. Instead of having a state variable for that, this should fail. We're gonna bind this to settings state dot Pomodoro duration string. Let me build that. Let me see if this builds. Oh, okay. Something is clearly wrong, and I don't know what it is. What it is? Pomodoro duration string. I mean, this error is not the real issue, or is it? Is it? What? I don't know what's going on. But I'm playing along. Except it's not working. Okay, so Pomodoro duration. If I just bind it to that, that works fine, right? Yeah. Maybe, oh, maybe the problem is that this is probably like a read-only variable now. So let's just do something here, setting duration to new value, they call it. Build. That worked. Let's here instead do again, setting stay.pomodoro duration string. Try that, please. Wow, okay, that was it. It was a read-only variable. So, and when you set a new value, let's try to get some integer out of it. So, int value equals parse int. No, it's JavaScript. Int new value. Like I want to parse my string into an integer. And let's just do something like if int value is greater than 0, then Pomodoro duration equals int value. If it's not, let's just use some default value of 25 or something like that. Okay, let's go on. Let's see if that works. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? There were some whoa. Okay, so int value is in this case like optional, so I'll just have it have a default value of 0, and I'll be making sure that it's greater than 0 when I'm trying to set it. So let's set Pomodoro duration to 30. Tab out of here, quit, build, go to settings. That didn't work. That did not work at all. So is this being called setting Pomodoro duration to new value? Go. Oh, hold on. Okay, no, not the case. Wait, I'm not saving them into defaults. Not really saving them, so I gotta be saving them, right? And then restoring from them. So user defaults. Let's just save this into variable, let defaults equals user defaults, that's standard. And just to have a shorter syntax, defaults. And there will be some keys, so we need to add those keys. Static var Pomodoro duration equals Pomodoro duration. I'm missing an O here. What's the other one? Short break duration. Oh, short break duration. Short break duration. What else? Long break? I'm assuming long break duration. What else? Long break each. Okay, so that's my defaults keys. Let's, what just happened? Okay, that's fine. So let me do this for all of these. Pomodoro duration. Okay. Short break duration. Long break duration. Long break duration. Opa. Long break duration. Long break duration. Good. And the last one was long break each. Okay, so syncing with user defaults. Wait, no, not yet. Okay, not yet. Let defaults. And I'm sure you could go ahead and write some code to do this automatically. And I'm sure there is a library that does that. But I have just like 5 settings, so I don't care at the moment. If I had 100, then I would try to find a more automatic way to do it. And I used to have an app that I wrote called Repeater or something like that. That would kind of automate this sort of thing. I would just say all those keywords like Pomodoro duration, short break duration, and so on. And it would generate the code for me based on some template. That was like a nifty little Mac app, which I don't have anymore. Maybe I have source code somewhere. You know, when you're doing work like that, you can have a conversation about entirely different topic. Is it a bool? It's not a bool. It's going to be a int or integer even. But Build failed. Why? File too small. Okay, something is going on. At build. I'm going to preferences. I'm changing duration to 30. I'm closing the window, quitting the app, starting the app again, going to preferences. It's 25. Come on, what am I doing wrong? Like, what's the int value? Int value. And when I set Pomodoro duration, like here, it says did set update defaults. So update defaults was supposed to be called, and it was supposed to save Pomodoro duration to that value into preferences. So I don't know what's going on. Go here. Int value is 30. What? I mean, I don't even. Let's just have here something like updating defaults Pomodoro duration equals self Pomodoro duration, not string, just duration. Go. I don't get it. If it was saved into preferences, like, should I go and look into preferences? Is this what you want me to do? No, not here. What's the name of the app? Is it Tomato? Was it Pomodoro? Really? No, I don't think so. What's the identifier? Tomato-1. It's not here. Is it does it have a container? Like, is this done by default now? Where do you set that up? Here. I really don't know. Like, is it using a app sandbox? Seems like it. So let's go to containers. Grab tomato, really. Open, no, let's go to data. Let's go to library, preferences, and let's open tech.media.tomato, something. So does it have a Pomodoro duration? It's set to 30, look at that. So if I go to my settings state and I do my whole restore from defaults, and I'm gonna say restoring from defaults, Pomodoro duration equals that. I want to see this print statement, this wake up sequence. Wow, restoring from default. And there's updating defaults. Oh, where the heck is this happening? This is happening on startup. So let me put a breakpoint here and see how is this being called. Did set, okay. Restore, okay, so when you restore from defaults, seems to be calling this, which is fine. That's fine, really. The only problem is, like, if it's restoring from let's continue here. Change this to 30. Close, quit. Let me watch this. Log messages again. Restoring from defaults. Pomodoro duration is 30. That's how it should be also. But then it's calling updating defaults, and Pomodoro duration is just different now. So when I restored, what? Oh, I think I know what's going on. So this was called first, and I changed once auto start. And once I did that, it called my update defaults, which stored the original value in here. So that's not good. That's not good at all. And I'm thinking what should be happening here is this guy should not be initialized here, but instead they should be initialized in my init method. And they should use default values from the preferences. And if they're not, they are. Let's see, of course that didn't work. So we'll attempt to use defaults from preferences. But we need to provide some default values. Let me see here. So these methods should be okay. Look at that. So if I get a string, it's optional, but if I get an integer, it's not optional. So if the specified key doesn't exist, this method returns 0. Okay. So so what I need to do is load them from defaults and then make sure that they're not all zeros. Hold on. Let me first get rid of all these cells. It's a little bit confusing. And let's do if. Well, now this is so strange. Why does it like return a 0? I don't want a 0. I want a nil. You know, like, doesn't that just make sense? Oh man, SwiftUserDefaults optional int is what I need. Okay, so I'm supposed to register the defaults in app delegate like this. The best place is in init. I can do that. Yeah, I can totally do that. So I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna have a method here, static register defaults. I'm gonna set up a defaults dictionary here as a static function, and I'm gonna do, I think, something like that. Just like defaults, register defaults, and pass in a dictionary. So like defaults keys dot once auto start false, for example. Does this work? Doesn't. Register defaults. See if this works. That works. Yeah. So let's do defaults keys dot Pomodoro duration 25. Defaults keys dot short break duration 5. Defaults keys dot long break duration 15, and defaults keys dot long break each 4. So these are my defaults. What is this? Okay, let's do okay, and now they're saying I'm supposed to put this into init of app delegate. So app delegate. Is there an init method right now? There isn't one. Let's make one. How do you do it? Super.init. Oh, I'm supposed to do it before calling super init. Never mind. Settings state.register defaults. Good. Now let's just get rid of this defaults file right here, just to make sure that my defaults will be initialized to their proper values. Okay. So building. Going to preferences. Ooh, zeros. Oh, and there's an infinite loop. Clearly. Or is there? Yeah, there's an infinite loop. Oh man, okay. This isn't so great. This is not what I expected at all. Let me do some more debugging. Let's get rid of this file again, just to reset everything. Okay, there's some kind of infinite loop going for sure. Can I scroll all the way? I can't. Dang it. Let's put a breakpoint here. Because I'm registering defaults, and these values seem to be just fine. So I registered defaults, and now I'm initializing. And I'm setting these. So I'm setting my local variables to match these defaults. The only problem is that when I change them, it probably calls my update defaults method, which will then change the defaults, and that's where I should stop. So I don't know what's going on for so long. Let me try breaking here, then let it run. Okay, so that worked fine, but whoa, I think the defaults are even correct. But it gets messed up if this file is missing. See, that definitely gets messed up. What does it say? Couldn't read values in something. Accessing preferences outside an application's container requires user preference read and file read data sandbox access. Why do you think I'm accessing them outside of my container? Let's do this. Let's get rid of the entire container. Go here. And let's do, let's just like kill it into. Maybe I messed up something by deleting only that file. Let's restart. Okay, nope. There is some bigger problem, bigger issue. Now let me see what's being called over and over and over again. Is it that? Is it, nope, hold on. Is it my update defaults? No, it's not it. Like what is causing this infinite loop? This doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, and I'm not seeing it anymore. What the heck? Wow, it doesn't make sense. So the defaults are being registered right here. This is dumb. Oh, my tomato is almost over and I have to go to sleep. This is... Okay, this session just isn't very productive. Another unproductive session. I'm sorry about that, guys. Like, I think it's just the fact that I'm trying to do this too late in the day. I'm way too tired. But what the heck? Let's not do it this way. Let's not do it this way. Let's do it. Let's do that. Scare the hell out of me. It's way too loud. Focus list. Way too loud. If Pomodoro duration equals 0. Let's do some default right here. And that's the end of it. I'm gonna do this brute force solution because it's just annoying. Hold on, delete. Ta-da. Wait, what the heck is going on? What is going on? Why does this keep happening? Like, I don't even, this is crazy. Wow. Should I really add a preference? Like that sandbox thing? Let me try something. Let me delete this. Let me like empty the trash, which probably won't make any difference, but Could there be some strange cache remaining? Could it be something like that? I mean, these errors are just a little bit disconcerting because it seems like there's some kind of loop going on. And I can see it very many times. Let me make sure that this isn't being called so many times, updating. Because if it was, then it would be a disaster. And now I didn't print that problem. What? If I get rid of this message, what happens then? Okay, I officially don't even. So that register defaults method would probably be cleaner. Let me see if I can just keep this. Maybe I'm just not gonna worry about that error. But that didn't quite work because it didn't show up. It showed up as 0, so let's forget about this solution. Okay, let's just go with this. But unfortunately, my time is up for today and I don't wanna stay up late. So let me just see if this worked. And it did. So now my Pomodoro is 30 minutes. The only thing is it doesn't change here. And I mean, I guess I could fix it. Could probably fix it right here. The only problem is the total time here. It's taken from here, right? So what I want to do is here instead of 25, say setting state dot standard, or was it current, or was it shared dot Pomodoro duration. The only problem is I don't think that's gonna update my UI right away if I make that change. I'm afraid this won't be so nicely connected with hold on, got a problem here. Okay, fixed. Fine. So I'm thinking if I go to my preferences now and I change it from 30 to 25. Wow. Did you see that? That worked live. Well, I don't know how this is possible, but that's kind of awesome. And I can't type any text in here. I would even say that this is working, you know. Yeah, this is working. It's not ideal, but it is working. Let me get rid of all these. So I just did settings for my first Pomodoro thing. I'll get back to the rest later. This is kind of good for now. So not finished. Probably gonna take a little more than one tomato. I kind of underestimated that, but I'll get back to this in another video. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. See ya.